it may be too much detail. The easy answer is Ticketmaster is very good at delaying things and not producing things. And they're in front of a judge who's allowing them, to not move quickly. It probably benefits them because they would certainly like for the Taylor Swift tour to be over. They don't like having hearings when the Taylor Swift tour is in progress. And so their practice of delaying things, they're really good at it. And that's sort of where we are. We're not anywhere close to getting to the meat or the heart of the issue. We're not close to learning what's really going on. And it will probably be, we probably won't even have hearings where we can argue we're entitled to this information until sometime late summer, would be my guess. We're looking at late summer before I think a judge is going to order them to show us anything.
So I have a question. Well, all of this is continuing and they're starting to release international dates, and even Ticketmaster is doing like these last minute like verified fan pre-sale or sales before, shows the week before. Are these people that are verified fans also going to be able to eventually be represented? Because Ticketmaster is still actively screwing people over during all of this. So does it only pertain to pre-sale or?
No. What we've done in the group of 355, you have every varied ticket purchasing experience that you can imagine. I myself was listed and then tried the Capital One sale. So you have verified fans that got tickets that didn't get tickets, Capital One sale that did get tickets that didn't get tickets, people that never even got an opportunity to buy a ticket. And then we have, ADA violations incorporated into all of those. Those make up the 355. We've continued to take applications and representation agreements for anyone else, not just Swiftie fans or Swifties, but from other live entertainment venues. And we've put them into sort of two separate groups. So, but what I think is important is that we keep the lawsuit, since there are 355 individual plaintiffs. They need to stay at this number individually as we navigate this process. We have so much in front of us that's an uphill battle. What this group of 355 have really taken on the honor and the privilege of doing is sort of being guinea pigs for everyone else. So what this 355 had decided to do is sort of arm in arm, hand in hand, fight this fight. And we really navigate this to see what the loopholes are, what the defects in their arguments are, the areas that we can refile and have better success as we navigate this. I don't see any reason for us not to win or to lose. I think that this is going to be a multi-year uphill battle with this core group of 355. What we've got waiting in the wings are other Swifties, other live entertainment fans that we're ready to file. But we don't want to file them yet because this group of 355 has banded together to navigate this system as it exists now. And whatever comes and however well it works, they're going to be the test case. So I don't want to involve right now a lot of other fans for them to go down this same rabbit hole that we're in. We're going to litigate this. We're going to navigate this, and we ultimately are going to win this. But I don't know if we're going to win it in state court, or if we have to win it in front of the worst kind. Sorry, it seems like I sort of time out and then it mutes me again. But the worst kind of arbitration agreement that you can imagine is exactly what Ticketmaster is now using. They have evolved the arbitration rules to such an extent in their favor that right now our single biggest hearing that we're going to have by the end of this summer is whether or not we're going to be forced into arbitration. Right now, every ruling is against us. The case law is against us. But what Ticketmaster has done, which is in our favor, is that they have created this arbitration agreement and this arbitration group that they hire and they pay fees to, which are so unconscionable that it's hard to understand how any judge could uphold what they are now trying to shove down the throat of every consumer to live entertainment. So that's our single biggest hearing that we have on the horizon. What the group of 155 have really agreed to is we're going to fight this battle with this 355 and see what happens. If we make this group larger and involve more for a bad ruling, well, that's not helping consumers. What we need to do is navigate this area of the law, see how we come out, and really fight this battle to the end. If it's in arbitration, if it's in state court, each of these individual claims needs to be individually litigated, and we really need to fight this battle out first. To see where we land. And then, I'm sorry, it was such a convoluted answer. Yes, people in the international market, anybody in live entertainment can still sign up to be a plaintiff, but they're not going to be a plaintiff in this group of 355 because we really need to litigate and navigate this and see where we are because, Congress wants to know where we land. The states want to see where we land. Right now, Jen and Julie are super familiar with what happened in Colorado and the veto of that bill because it was essentially gutted of all bought oversight. And so the governor vetoed the bill, which is great for consumers, but there's still no protection. So because that bill was vetoed, they start back. I mean, it was a really nice bill that had nice teeth in it, nice consumer protection, and it was necessary to veto the bill because all the enforcement measures were taken out by the head of the committee the day before it was voted on by the legislature in Colorado. So, I think that we're important because we help define what Congress needs to do. I think our experience helps define what individual states need to do. And then it also helps us in defining with all the other consumers that want to join a lawsuit. They need to be filed individually in states. Do we need to keep them nice, large, robust groups like this group of Swifties? And can we navigate it very similarly to the way we're navigating this one? But if what we're doing is, if we're not going to get the outcome that justice requires, which is individual civil trials for each individual plaintiff, then we need to reformat it in a different way for a different group of lawsuits in the future. And I'm sorry that's such a long, convoluted answer. But it was something that all Swifties have been very unified about, is that the goal is the end game, right? And how consumers for all live entertainment are treated. And, however this goes in whatever form it goes, we're ready to do whatever it takes with whatever success we get as a stepping stone for the next group.
Thank you for that. That's really informative. I'm just curious, do you have every single United States state represented in your group of 355?
We have 35 out of 50. Okay. And if I wanted all 50,
I'm sure you could easily get them.
We definitely could. What we needed for this lawsuit is we definitely needed California because we needed to sue in California. We needed Californians for our motion to remand. So it was really important that we get California individuals. After that, and I also wanted some from all the sort of different ticketing opportunities, StubHub, Vivid, whatever secondary or reseller market. So in Texas, you have to use SeatGeek, okay, or for Texas Stadium, you have to use SeatGeek. In other states, you buy directly from Ticketmaster. So I needed as many different variations of how you buy a ticket. So some other states were sort of important because it helped us create a more robust group of plaintiffs because we are really encompassing almost every different ticketing experience as you can imagine. We really wanted to include in this group of 355 because what if we're forced to go to arbitration and this Kafkaesque New Era arbitration group, which Ticketmaster pays a subscription fee to, which can limit our petition. We don't get any discovery. We don't get to do depositions. I mean, if we have to go to this arbitration group, consumers have no rights at all. Although it looks like they have rights, they essentially have no rights. And so what if they gut and dismiss every individual that got tickets? Okay, even though that's not what the law says, because the antitrust law is very clear that it's the difference that what you should have paid is what you actually was contract what the contract to pay would have been. You still have a valid cause of action. Let's say they got everyone that got to go to a concert, so they take out all of those groups of all of those plaintiffs. We want to have as varied a group of 355 so we can survive every hurdle that's put in front of us. And again, I go back to our original, because we have Zoom meetings every month, and everybody gets to talk, everybody gets an opinion, every plaintiff gets to make decisions that are best for them. And we're all unified in doing what's best for all consumers. So knowing that you might get your case dismissed, what you are is you're going to stand arm in arm with everybody that remains and help them fight their battle, the ones that stay in. So hopefully everybody stays in, and hopefully this new era arbitration, if we're going to be forced to go there, they're all still going to remain with their individual causes of action. But I guess in answer to your question, it wasn't necessary for us to get all 50. We tried to get as many as we could with as many varied ticket purchasing experiences as possible. And if I wanted to fit all, every state, we could have gotten them 10 times over.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you for that. Did anybody else on our stage have anything to say or just want to talk about? Jen, I know you were in that documentary, so if you wanted to talk about your experience with that and how all of that went, and maybe Vice's motivation behind some of it, if you got to figure that out, that'd be cool.